All right, Schlockmeister fans, finally getting around to part 2, season 6, Leave It to Beaver. Let's check it out.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 21, Beaver the Caddy.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
If you find any lost golf balls on the course, don't pick them up till they stop rolling.
Who do you think I am, Eddie Haskell?
Sure, Wally. Beaver's caddied before. Yeah, but I thought he might forget some of the rules or something.
Well, I hope you caddy for someone who's nice and is a gentleman.
I have 6, Beaver.
I had a 6 too, Beaver.
I thought you had a 7.
Oh, Beaver, I had a 6. I may be bad, but not that bad.
I guess I must have miscounted someplace.
I had a 5, old buddy.
Well, no, sir, you didn't. You see, I double-checked it. It took 2 shots to get out of the rough, and...
I had a 5, Beaver. That electronic brain of yours must be slipping a cog or two.
Yes, sir, a 5.
Captain, you did it.
That's the first time I've ever beaten you, Art. I guess the old pro will out when the chips are down.
I'll settle up with you inside.
Fine. Well, here you are, Beaver.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I'll take that scorecard. I may want to frame it for my trophy room.
$5. Wow. What'd you do? Tee up the guy's ball for him in the sand track?
No, I didn't do anything. But he did plenty.
Huh?
The guy caddied for cheated.
Yeah, well, he plays a pretty fair game of golf. But today, Ken Langley, who's never beaten him before, took him by 3 strokes.
Oh.
And won a $500 bet.
Wow. Are you sure he cheated?
I know he cheated. And he knows I know he cheated. That's how come he gave me a $5 tip.
A $5 tip? Hey, Beaver, how come you didn't say something before? That's a gasser.
Oh, Beaver. Well, I have all this work to get out before I leave, Dorothy.
Well, it says it's very important, sir. Something about caddying for you last Saturday.
Oh, yes. All right, send him in.
You cheated.
Cheated?
Yes, sir. On one of the holes, you made me mark down the wrong score.
Beaver, have you told anybody about this?
No, sir. Because I didn't want to get you kicked out of the country club.
I couldn't afford that much at this time. So I maneuvered, should I say. You don't understand, do you, Beaver?
No, sir, I don't.
I had a 6, Beaver.
Well, no, sir, Mr. Langley. You had a 5, the same as Mr. Howard.
No, Beaver, I had a 6.
Oh, well, sure, I know, but...
6, Beaver.
Yes, sir, a 6.
You got your money back.
That's tough luck, Ken, but that's the way the divots fly.
Well, Gilbert, everything worked out okay.
But your guy lost.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't it neat?
Oh, I get it. You and Mr. Langley doctored the score so Mr. Howard could win this time.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 22, Beaver on TV.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
I won!
You won what, Beef?
A chance to go on Teenage Form, and they even sent the letter special delivery.
Well, that's a television show, isn't it?
Yeah, Dad. They get a bunch of silly kids up on the show, and then they ask them their opinions on junk. It's kind of a stupid meet the press.
Theodora, I'll be glad to excuse you under these circumstances.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Rayburn.
Well, this is a fine opportunity for you. Gives you a chance to practice your public speaking and to represent your school. I have a surprise for you, class. A little later on, we're all going to take time off and watch Theodora on television.
Well, what are you doing home?
Well, I'm not sick or anything. This is my study hall period. I told Mrs. Borton about Beaver being on TV, and she said I could come home and watch the show, as long as I got back for the rest of my classes.
Well, Wally, I'm glad to see you take such an interest in your brother.
The show is being taped in advance. Now that means this show will not be seen today, but instead will be seen a week from today. That'll give you all an opportunity to see yourselves on TV. All right, 10 seconds. Come along, young man.
Well, it's strange. I can't understand it. No Beaver.
Yeah, that's too bad. But you know what probably happened, Ward? Well, the boy got down there, and then after the interview, they probably decided he just didn't have it. I mean, you know, he was nervous or...
I think he made the whole thing up so he could get out of school.
Yeah, he's probably hanging around someplace goofing off.
Well, how do you like him making up that big lie about being on TV?
Boy, is Mrs. Rayburn mad. You can tell by the way she's smiling.
I didn't think you had that much nerve. What's the matter with everybody?
As if you didn't know.
I'm going to be on television. Boy, what a laugh.
What are you talking about? I was on television. I even said hello to all you guys. But I didn't lie, Gilbert. I really was on that television show.
Ah, come off it, Beef. We saw the show and you weren't on it.
But I was too on it, Gilbert. They asked me questions about teenagers having their own telephone. And they gave me this transistor radio for being so good. Yes?
I found your name, Mr. Cleaver. You won't be until next week. Hello? Hello?
No, I didn't see you, but...
But if you didn't see me, then how could I be on? This gets spookier and spookier.
Cool it, Beef. Dad called the TV station and they taped the show today, but they don't show it till next week.
Of course, you, Mr. Theodore Cleaver.
Oh, can I say something else?
Go right ahead.
I almost forgot. Our principal at Grand Avenue School is Mrs. Rayburn, and she's a real neat guy.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 23, Box Office Attraction.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Didn't Wally just go to the Madison Theater last night?
Yeah, that's right.
I wonder if it's the same picture.
It's the same picture.
Well, why would he go twice in a row?
Because he's in love with the girl in the box office.
Would you, that is, one. Well, would you like to, how about if...
Wally, I'd love to.
That'd be great. Could I drive you home now?
It's that girl from the movies that your brother's got a crush on.
Gee, it is. And she's drinking beer and smoking a cigarette.
I'd like to come over here and have dinner Saturday night before we go out. How come? Well, I'd like you to meet my parents, and anyway, we're having roast beef.
Have to, Wally.
Hey, Wally, if you show the rest of the house, you better skip our room. Your dirty socks are still on the floor.
Beaver.
Marlene. Parents like me. I want you to like me, too.
Golly!
Something wrong?
She was with this real tough-looking guy, and they were smoking and drinking beer, just like in one of those television commercials.
Well, Beaver, why didn't you say something about this before?
I don't know. I didn't want to make Wally feel bad. And then I got to think about him falling for a girl like this, and I figured I better tell somebody.
I dropped out of school 2 years ago. I just had it.
50 cents, please. Hey, Arlene, got those new records put in the jukebox that you've been asking about.
Thanks, Hank.
Thanks, Wally.
You mean to leave you here?
I'll be all right. Look, I thought we were going to dig each other, but it just didn't work out. Just run along. I'll get home all right.
Oh, where's Marlene? Did you take her home?
Well, no, I sort of left her someplace.
You just left her someplace?
Well, she'll be okay, Dad. I guess we just didn't dig each other.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 24, Lumpy's Scholarship.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
I regret to inform you that your application for a scholarship has been turned down by our Board of Administrators. As you know, athletic scholarships limited apply at a future date.
Oh, Wally, that's a shame.
What's the matter, Wally?
That was Lumpy Rutherford. He just got a 4-year athletic scholarship to state.
Clarence Rutherford?
Lumpy Rutherford?
Lumpy? Boy, I told you it was a jip.
Some of us guys could sort of get together and have a party for Lumpy.
Wally, I think that would be a very nice gesture. What do you think, Ward?
Fine with me.
Well, how about next Saturday?
Well, that should work out fine.
Oh, well, Sally.
Sally?
What are you two guys looking at each other like that for? I'm practically in high school. I gotta practice being nice to girls, whether I like it or not.
Daddy, this is Clarence, your son.
I know. Why didn't you tell me you got a D in mathematics? I just got a wire from state, and because of your grades, you're not getting the scholarship.
Gee, Daddy, Wally's giving this big party for me, and... Well, what am I going to tell all the guys?
Tell them you're a big boob.
Isn't every day a person gets a scholarship to state?
No, it isn't every day.
Brilliant son is not going to get the scholarship.
Oh, he isn't getting it? I thought it was all set.
So did I.
You have any idea why it fell through?
A D. They found out he got a D in math. Matt killed it.
I'm going back to school.
What?
Look, Wally, I can't face the guys. All week long I was a hotshot. Guys congratulating me, girls even talking to me. Now this happens.
I called a friend of mine, Dick Kramer, who's in administration up at state. I think maybe he's going to be able to do something to help Clarence.
You mean you pulled a few strings, Dad?
Oh, I didn't pull any strings, Beaver. Clarence still can't get in with his present grade in math. But Mr. Kramer did say that if he wanted to go to summer school and improve his grade, that he'd hold the scholarship open for him.
Clarence is going to get his scholarship.
Oh, he is getting the scholarship, huh? Well, that's fine, Fred.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff put on the pressure when they realized they were about to lose their potential All-American.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 25, The Silent Treatment.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Hey, Wally, why don't you come on over to my house? I got all the tools over there. We can install this little gym in a couple of hours. Well, yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything. Do you want to come along, Beaver?
Gee, Eddie, you're asking me?
Beaver, where are you going?
I'm going over to Eddie's house to help him and Wally put in a radio.
Honey, you promised me an hour ago you'd go to the store for me. I've got the list all made out here for you.
Well, can't you do it, Mom?
No, I've made a hairdressing appointment.
Oh, well, I'll do it later.
Beaver, look, you promised me you'd go. I want you to go now, and I don't want to hear any more complaints. Come on. Thank you for getting the groceries for me. But you didn't get any of those little chocolate frosted cookies you like so much.
They weren't in the list.
Oh, well, you could have gotten them anyway.
I just wanted to do what I was told.
Ward, there is something wrong with him.
Who?
Beaver, haven't you noticed the way he's been behaving?
I thought he was in very good spirits.
Honey, didn't you notice? He wouldn't take the potatoes from me. When you offered them, he was delighted. Are you warm enough? Would you like another blanket?
No, thank you, Mother.
Well, there's one right here in the closet. I'd be happy to get it for you.
No, I'm perfectly comfortable. Too many blankets make me sweat. Perspire.
We're coming along pretty well out here. Maybe you should go in and see if you can help your mother.
Well, I don't think so, Dad. Well, she's making lunch and she wouldn't want me breathing on the food.
Reason he's playing up to me and ignoring you. Do you have any idea why?
Well, I think it all started when I made him go for the groceries, and he wanted to go with Eddie and Wally.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have a talk with him.
He's been acting, kind of different lately. What he's been doing is to give Mom the brush off and play up to you.
Was that so?
Yeah, and the reason is because Mom made him go to the store yesterday when he wanted to go with Eddie and me.
A bee stung me.
It did? Where?
Well, there. It was messing up Dad's new table. Ouch. Well, do something like you used to do, Mom.
Well, honey, come on, hold still. Let me see it.
My whole hand is burning. It's funny. When somebody gets mad at you, then you get mad at them, and you try to do stuff that'll even make them madder. Why is that, Mom?
Beaver, I guess it's just human nature.
I'm not mad at you anymore, Mom.
Well, that's fine, Beaver. That makes me very happy.
Good thing is, Dad will never know I was mad at her.
Kidding? Boy, you were about that far from having Dad clobber you.
No fooling? Boy, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have been such a wise guy.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 26, Uncle Billy's Visit.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Gladys Miller called up and invited us to spend the weekend up at the lake.
Oh, great. Who's going to stay with the boys, Miss Parker?
No, you know she moved to Omaha. I'm going to call Mrs. Donaldson. I'm sure she can come.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't she the one who took the steady job? Well, Billy, June and I were planning to go up to the lake with some friends, but we can call that off. We were having trouble getting someone to stay with the boys anyway.
Listen, you go ahead and have fun. I'll stay with the boys. We'll have a great time together. Well, look at those two. Hey, Green Bay Packers heard about this pair? Where do you play, line or backfield?
Line, I'm an end.
Where do you play, Wally?
Backfield.
I get it. You toss him, he catches him. That's the combination, huh?
Boy, Wally, we must have slept till 10 o'clock and nobody woke us up to yell at us or anything. Sure is neat having Uncle Billy here, isn't it?
Yeah.
The last night I must have listened to my transistor radio till 3 o'clock in the morning. He never said one word. Uncle Billy gave me enough money for me and Alan, but he didn't give me enough for you, Gilbert.
I sure wish I could see it. This movie is about real authentic history.
How do you know?
Because it's got Tony Curtis playing a Roman general. You guys go in and sit near the exit door on the side. And then when you hear me scratch on the door, you open it and I'll sneak in.
You mean you...
Thanks, Beef.
Okay, you two.
Oh, but Mr.
I know what you were doing. Come along with me, both of you.
If your dad was home, he'd take the side of the manager.
Hey, Uncle Billy wouldn't do that. He likes me and Wally real well. He lets us do anything we want to. Boy, you just wait and see. He won't let any manager push us around.
Mr. Gaines, I want to thank you for calling me down here. I want to apologize for my nephew's action. I've always been very fond of this boy, but right now I'm almost ashamed to have him for a nephew. Your father went away on a weekend and left me here in charge. Now I tried to make it fun for you boys. I let you do as you want, come and go as you want. I trusted you. But you took me for some kind of a pushover. Thought you could get away with anything. Wally went out to practice. Beaver went to a show.
Well, that sounds fine. Anything else?
Oh, yes, I almost forgot. We had lunch. Or tell us about your weekend. We'll make sure you two behave yourselves.
Well, I got in a little golf, caught a couple of fish, then June and Gladys decided we ought to come inside.
We're not telling Mom and Dad about that mess at the movies.
Well, Beav, the way I look at it, you did it, you got caught, you were punished, and you said you were sorry.
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing a guy could get yelled at for a whole week for doing.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 27, Beaver's Prep School.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
And Martha wants to do what with Beaver?
Send him to Fallbrook. You know, the prep school. And pay all his expenses.
Well, that's certainly generous of her, all right.
Quite a few from my side of the family went to school there. Come home for vacations.
Come home? Oh, where is it?
Beaver, you mean you didn't even look to see where the school is?
Well, no, I just figured it was someplace east of here.
Fallbrook's in New England, Beaver. It's only a few hours plane ride.
I'm in high school coach.
Yeah, what about?
About you, Beaver.
Me? I didn't even think he knew I was alive.
What do you mean? You said all of us guys on the Pony League could work out with him this summer.
Yeah, and then when we get to high school, we can be the nucleus of a good team.
You gonna try and be in the same homeroom with me?
Sure, so was I.
How come?
Gee, we don't want to be in a homeroom with a lot of goony fellas when there's a cute boy like you around.
Well, last year you said I was a creepy mutt.
Well, that was last year. I guess you got cute over the summer.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Just think ahead to when you leave. When you go away to school next fall, I'll have a lot more room in here. That'll probably put your bed down in the basement and the rest of your junk and boxes up in the attic. I'll have a lot more room to move around in. You're acting goofy. What is the matter with you?
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go to Fallbrook, you mean?
No. I don't want to go to Fallbrook.
You don't want to go? Well, what brought this on?
Well, all my friends will be going to Mayfield High.
Well, Beaver, when you go to Fallbrook, you'll be making lots of new friends. Friends that'll mean just as much to you as your old friends do now.
Tell Aunt Martha, will you please not make me sound like such a little rat?
Me tell Aunt Martha? Oh, no, young man. You got yourself into this and you're going to get yourself out. If you were old enough and capable enough to decide you wanted to go in the first place, then you're old enough and capable enough to tell Aunt Martha that you've changed your mind and you're not going.
And my brother wore when he went to Fallbrook. You've changed your mind?
Yes, I don't want to go.
Oh.
I know that, well, I'm letting you down and everything. And if you want to stop being my aunt, well, it's okay with me.
No, Theodore. It's much more important that you go where you are happy than for your silly old aunt to follow some sentimental tradition.
I don't think you're a silly old aunt, Aunt Martha. I think you're the neatest aunt a guy ever had.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 28, Wally and the Fraternity.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
So, Wally, how's our college career coming?
Boy, you know, there sure is an awful lot of stuff to consider. But I think I made up my mind.
It's a big decision, Wally.
Yeah, I know, Dad. But I've just about decided to go to state.
State? Wally? Engineering, journalism, industrial management, the humanities. In fact, you can get just about the best of anything you want there.
So your father got me.
Yeah, that's right. You and Dad met at state.
Yes, he belonged to Alpha Kappa.
Gee, wonder if he'd want me to join the same fraternity he belonged to.
Well, I don't think he'd want you to just because he did. Why don't you talk it over with him and then make your own decision?
Wally, I guess everyone thinks his fraternity is the best on campus.
Well, yeah, but some are better than others, aren't they?
Yes, they are, Wally. And I think Alpha Kappa is one of the top 2.
Gee, then it must be pretty rough to get in, huh?
I don't know, Junior.
Oh, what's the matter?
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
Put your thumb back in your mouth, Sonny. I'm talking. I don't know, Wally. I never heard of Alpha Kappa. Somehow it sounds like Squaresville.
We'll still have to be invited to join.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure if you're really interested, Eddie, Dad wouldn't mind putting in a good word for you, too. Would you, Dad?
No.
Oh, I'd appreciate that, sir. Alpha Kappa, what else?
Yeah, that's a fraternity, my...
Alpha Kappa?
Wait, yeah, something wrong?
Fellas, Alpha Kappa's the worst pig house on the campus.
Just wanted to let you know so you could head off your father from writing any letters.
Eddie, will you listen a minute? My dad just got through sending a letter recommending both of us to his fraternity.
What? You can't do this to me.
He said Dad's fraternity was a pig house.
Beaver.
He said it, Mom. I didn't.
Beaver, are you sure about this?
Yes, Mom, and that's why Wally's so shook up. He heard it's a real crummy place with a lot of creepy guys belonging to it, and he doesn't even want to go near it. But
Get this. Dear sirs, regarding the recent letter you received from Mr. Ward Cleaver concerning me as a possible pledge, the letter was sent without my knowledge. Due to the fact that I'm considering another fraternity, I'd appreciate it if you'd withdraw my name from consideration next fall. I heard that Alpha Kappa was a little substandard.
What are you talking about? Where did you hear that?
From Chuck Bradford.
Oh, that character. Well, I guess I can understand Chuck's attitude all right. We had to drop him from the fraternity 2 weeks after he joined.
I heard that you boys were under the impression that Alpha Kappa was that it wasn't such a good fraternity.
You know about what we heard, huh?
Yes, the story came to me in a roundabout way.
I told him that your letter was a mistake and that I didn't want any part of Alpha Kappa.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was before he found out that it wasn't a pig outfit.
Why don't you fellows just run along? I've got an important letter to write. I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, but I'll do the best I can.
Well, sir. Thank you, Mr. Cleaver. You know, if I'd have done something like this to my father, he'd clobber me.
Don't think I didn't consider it, Eddie.
Leave it to Beaver.
Episode 29, Eddie's Sweater.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Just over to Cindy Andrews. Night.
This is the 3rd time this week he's gone out, Ward.
Yeah, and every time he goes over to Cindy's. You wait and see, Mom. There's gonna be a lot of hollering and bombshells before this is over.
Why do you say that?
Because Cindy Andrews is Eddie Haskell's girl. Pow!
Eddie isn't wise to this whole thing.
Of course not, Wally. I'll never be able to get this neck to lie down right. You know, you're a lot huskier than Eddie, so I made the shoulders so narrow.
Do you think you're gonna have it ready in time for his birthday?
There's sure gonna be a lot of trouble around here when Eddie finds out you're messing around with his girl.
Look, Beaver, I wasn't messing around with Eddie's girl. Don't go blabbing it around that I was over there.
Oh, don't worry, Wally. I'm just as ashamed as you are, you double-crossing your best friend.
Well, now, Beaver, if Wally's gone over there, I'm sure he must have had a good reason. But it might be just as well not to talk about it. It just might cause trouble.
Yeah, I know, Dad.
Hello, is Wally there?
No, he's on the way over to your house.
To my house? Beaver, do you know who this is?
Sure, Cindy Andrews.
I am not Cindy Andrews. I'm Julie Foster, and thank you very much.
Well, there he goes. Renfrew with a mounted.
Believe it. How could the guy do it to a nice guy like me?
You know what I'd do if I were you?
I'm really gonna let him have it.
What are you gonna do? Wait right here in the bushes and jump him when he comes out?
No, not exactly.
Well, what then?
I'll tell you what. I'm going right home and write that Wally a real nasty letter.
Hi, Julie. Say, can I walk you to chemistry class?
No, thank you, Mr. Cleaver. I can find my own way.
Gosh, Julie, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me? What's the matter with you, Casanova?
Ask him for this. Go on, deny it. You had that coming.
Hey, Eddie, have you flipped or something?
Eddie, don't let him worm out of it.
You looking for trouble too, Lumpy?
No.
Now, what's the idea of clobbering me, Eddie?
A guy's got a right to defend his honor. Isn't that right, Lumpy?
Well, don't drag me into this.
Oh, well, it was Cindy, so I told her that you were on the way over to her house.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Didn't turn out to be Cindy. Turned out to be Julie.
Why, you little goof.
No, look, Wally. If you wouldn't hit Eddie, you wouldn't hit your own brother.
Here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. But my birthday isn't until next week.
Well, I know, but if you hadn't acted so silly over Wally Cleaver, I could have waited till then. Well, go on, open it.
Then we're buddies again, huh, old pal?
Yeah, okay, I guess we're buddies again.
Listen, Wally, I want you to know I appreciate you not taking me apart after I socked you in school today.
Yeah, well, don't think I wasn't tempted.
It would take a real friend to do that, Wally.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 30, The Book Report.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Here's a library book. You got it to make a book report, and it's 3 days overdue.
Well, I guess when he finished the report, he forgot to take it back.
Hey, Dad, will you throw me a few?
Just a minute. You have a library book here that's overdue.
I just want to tell you I can't come over to your house for dinner tonight.
Gee, you gotta. Because my mom's going to send out for Chinese food because she had a hard day washing curtains.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but I gotta stay home and write a book report in The Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers movie's going to be on TV.
So what?
So all you gotta do is look at it and then write your book report from that.
Yeah.
It's not often that a guy gets to do his schoolwork and watch a neat movie at the same time.
Who are the Rich Brothers?
They're the guys that are playing the Three Musketeers. Now go ahead, turn it on.
Gee, I don't know if I should.
Look, I'm your guest, and I want to see the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, I don't remember this in the book.
Probably haven't gotten there yet. Hey, look at them hit those soldiers with the pots and the pans.
Boy, I didn't know the Three Musketeers were such kooky-looking guys.
He's got a bunch of notes he's writing this report from.
Well, good for him.
No, there's one thing I just don't understand, though. Every once in a while he's writing, he breaks out laughing. I don't remember any funny stuff in the Three Musketeers.
Well, neither do I.
They all started plucking chickens and throwing the feathers all over the place.
Just a moment, Theodore. Did I understand you to say they were plucking chickens?
Yes, ma'am. And then in the end, they ended up throwing the chickens and the feathers and everything in the soup.
Gilbert, do you think when they made the movie they could have changed the story a little bit?
Sure sounds like it. Boy, Beaver, the next time you write a book report, you better play it safe and get it out of a comic book.
You saw a television performance of Three Musketeers. I believe it was on between 8 and 9:30 last evening.
Gee, Mrs. Rayburn, you're a teacher. How do you know what goes on television?
I'm going to ask you to take a note to your father. You're not going to lose it on the way home, are you?
No, ma'am. I haven't tried that since the 3rd grade.
Why don't you wait till supper time and then get him talking about some of the goofy stuff that he used to do when he was a kid. And then when you show him what you did, it won't seem so bad.
Hey, that's a neat idea. Hey, that's pretty good, Dad. And you know, one of those funny things happened to me today.
What was that, Beaver?
I wrote my book report from a movie and got caught.
You did what? Son, don't pull anything like that again, huh? It's not good for you, and it upsets us all.
Don't worry, Dad, I won't. I think I've really learned my lesson this time.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 30, The Poor Loser.
At the office has to fly to the coast this weekend, so he gave me a couple of tickets to the baseball game. Would you like to go?
Oh, honey, that's more of a treat for the boys. Anyway, it spoils the game for you, trying to explain to me what's going on.
Yeah, well, the only trouble is there are 3 of us boys, and I only have 2 tickets.
Chance of me getting to go?
Well, Wally, the game's on Friday. Don't you have a date?
Oh, gee, no, Mom.
Julie Foster and all the girls are going to be practicing for a fashion show up at school. Mrs. Whitney doesn't want any of the guys around watching while the girls are practicing how to walk ritzy.
I have a couple of tickets to the game Friday night, and knowing how much both you boys like baseball,
Well, gee, Dad, do I have to go?
You mean you don't want to go?
Oh, sure, Dad, I'd like to. It's just that me and Gilbert were going to the movies Friday night. I don't want to back out on him now. Emma.
Well, I have. And on account of her, I can't go to the movies with you this Friday.
Huh?
My mother and father are driving up to see her this Friday and staying for the weekend. They're dragging me along with them.
But gee, Gilbert, I can go to the game with you Friday night.
The game? Well, gee, Beaver, I thought you had some big deal cooking with Gilbert to go to the show.
I did, but I conked out. Now you and me and Dad can all go to the game together.
Beaver,
Yes, Mom?
your father only has 2 tickets.
Hey, Dad, did you go to the ticket office?
Yes, Beaver, I did, and I'm sorry. The game's a complete sellout. There are no tickets left.
They put it up, I was just a little kid.
Yeah, but it's Wally's. Now, you look back, Beav. It's always been Wally, Wally, just like it's always been my older sister. Now, you think about that when you're sitting home and Wally's sitting at the ballpark.
Sure about not going to the game tomorrow night?
Who'd want to go to a dumb, creepy, sappy game? Except a dumb, creepy sap like you.
Beaver, you know that movie you were going to with Gilbert? Would you like me to go with you?
No, Mom. I wouldn't want you to spoil your whole evening on account of me.
Beaver, why would it spoil my whole evening?
Being with me would spoil anybody's evening. How would you like it if your brother was going and you weren't?
All right, Beaver, I'll leave it up to you. You make up your own mind. If you want to go, I'll stay home.
But gee, Wally.
You've got exactly 5 seconds to make up your mind.
Oh, but you were so anxious to go.
Well, yeah, I know, Dad, but, well, Eddie sort of wanted me to come over to his house tonight, and he's sort of been counting on me, and, well, I think it'd be better if Beaver went anyway.
I think it was very nice of you to let Beaver go to that ball game in your place.
Yeah, well, I didn't exactly let him go. You see, we had this argument, and I gave him his choice. I never thought he'd take me up on it.
As soon as we took our seats, Beaver's conscience caught up with him. I've never seen anyone as miserable at a baseball game. Well, even when Saunders hit one over the center field fence to win the game, he didn't even...
Here, Wally.
What's this?
I managed to cop a foul ball.
Leave it to Beaver.
Episode 32, Don Juan Beaver.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Who is it, Mom?
It's a girl.
Oh.
For Beaver. And she insists on talking to him immediately.
Beaver?
Beaver?
Me?
But if the girl insisted on talking to you immediately, what was it all about?
Well, the 8th grader's having a graduation dance and she wants me to go with her.
The girl is asking you?
Yes, sir. They wanted to get in early before all the good guys were taken. Her name is Peggy McIntosh.
Well, did you accept the young lady's invitation?
Well, I told her I might go, and I might not. You gotta keep girls guessing.
Where did you get an idea like that?
From listening to Wally and Eddie talk about girls. I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
Oh, that's fine, Beaver. You didn't sound too enthusiastic on the phone last night.
Well, my parents were listening. I couldn't be too enthusiastic.
If you'd like to take me.
Me take you to the dance? Gee, I don't know.
What's the matter, Beaver? Don't you like me?
Oh, I didn't say that. I like you fine.
What a mess. Boy, this is gonna be good.
Well, what do you plan to do?
Well, I'd rather go with Melinda. So I guess I'll just call up Peggy and tell her I can't go with her.
Oh, no, Beaver, you can't treat anyone like that.
Just couldn't go up and break my date with Peggy. Besides, my parents won't let me.
You don't break the date. You get her to break it.
But she wants to go with me.
So you do something that makes her not want to go with you.
What did you ever do to make him the most mad?
Let me see. Hey, I know something. If you're ever at a party or anything with a bunch of guys and you start talking about sports, boy, girls really give you the freeze.
How come you wearing your sneakers?
Oh, 'cause I have gym.
Your feet are kind of big. Wouldn't you be better off wearing the boxes?
Oh, Beaver, you're so funny. I bet you're the funniest boy in the whole class.
And I don't think enlarging the strike zone is going to hurt Mickey Mantle one bit. You take a switch hitter like that, and he can hit from any spot to any place in the whole park.
Hey, Beaver, I think Peggy was going to sit down with us and you chased her away.
No fooling. Gee, I didn't even notice her.
You've been rude, impolite, and insulting. And I know why you've been doing it, too.
Well, you see...
Melinda told some of the girls that you're taking her to the dance. I mean, she's prettier, and I'm sure she's a lot smarter and a lot better dancer than I am. So it's perfectly all right. You can just forget I asked you first and take...
You can't let me down like this. I told all my girlfriends I was going with you and my mother and father. And I got a new dress and shoes and everything. If you back out now, I'm telling you, you're going to end up wishing you'd never been born.
Well, I kind of wish that right now. Well, this is Theodore Cleaver, and due to a previous engagement, I will not be able to accompany you to the dance.
I said that's just fine with me. Well, you don't have to worry anymore, Beaver. When you didn't call, I called up Wally Whitney, and he's taking me to the dance. So now you can go with Melinda just the way you wanted to.
Oh, yeah, but you see,
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 33, Summer in Alaska.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
Edward W. Haskell is shipping out.
Shipping out?
Sure. I am spending the summer on the bounding Maine. Huh? I'm going to sea.
You're getting a job on a commercial fishing boat?
You're reading me right, Sam. A commercial fishing boat that fishes the Alaskan waters.
Boy, how'd you swing a job like that, Eddie?
Through my big shot uncle. He knows the president of the whole fishing fleet. Hey, what if I put a word in with my uncle? He might be able to get you guys jobs on the same boat.
Boy, Eddie, you think he could?
Why not? I'm his favorite nephew.
Eddie, you're his only nephew.
Sure.
I use pretty good judgment.
That you do, Wally. Your father and I feel that your judgment is usually quite mature.
Oh, sure, Mom. I've heard you and Dad say that a lot of times.
Well, so I think that...
Wally, if you're thinking of going to Alaska with Eddie, it's out of the question.
My dad said I'm too young. He said maybe after I've been in college a couple of years.
Well, how come your dad turned you down, Lumpy?
Well, my dad wants me working for people who can do me some good later on in life. He says you just can't meet that kind in a crummy fishing boat.
Another friend of the owners, huh?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something, kid. Why do you want to go to sea?
Well, I thought it might be exciting.
Oh, you'll think it's exciting till we clear the breakwater. Fish.
Yes, sir. But what do you do about seasickness?
Don't worry, you'll do it.
Boy, it sounds kind of rough.
Yeah.
Boy, Dave, we really had a time with Eddie on the way home. We had to stop 3 times.
Yeah, but you can't take any chances since you got those new seat covers. What do you think Eddie's gonna do?
Wally, I don't want to go to Alaska.
Yeah, I guess the captain was a little rough.
You heard it, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit.
What do you mean he isn't going? He's been talking about nothing but this trip. The biggest thing in his life. It's all his idea.
Yes, sir, I know, but, well, after he talked to Captain Drake and found out what a rough time he was going to have, well, he sort of backed out. Now he's afraid to come home. If you could put your foot down and tell Eddie that he couldn't go, well, then it'd kind of take him off the hook.
You know, Wally, that's just what I'm gonna do.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 33, Beaver's Graduation.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
The teachers and everybody are too busy worrying about graduation to care what we do.
But couldn't we get in trouble?
What kind of trouble? We got our class pins, our pictures are in the yearbook, they're printing up our diplomas, and they even assigned us our seats in the auditorium for
You're really asking for it. We had this guy in our graduating class, Jeff Dorsey, and he thought he had it made just like you do. He was horsing around the last few weeks of school, and they flunked him.
Yeah, but did he have his picture in the annual with the graduating class?
Yes, his picture was in there.
Draper doesn't even take roll anymore.
She doesn't have to when she catches you coming in late.
Yeah, when you've had a perfect attendance record like I have, it doesn't matter. Where are you going?
I gotta deliver this in here to Mrs. Rayburn's secretary. Hey, Bee, these are diplomas.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Rayburn must have been signing them.
Yeah, that makes it official. Like in those prison pictures when the warden paroles you.
And Carver and Cowan, there should have been a Cleaver.
Cleaver?
Yeah, me. Carver, Cowan, Creighton, Cullen. No Cleaver. Wally was right. I'm not graduating.
You know, gee, that's tough, Beav, but I guess that's what you get for thinking you had it made.
I'm not gonna graduate.
What?
You were right, Wally. I goofed myself right out of graduating.
Oh, come on, Beaver, you're kidding.
Huh?
Now look, I know this sounds corny at your age, but if you can cry, that's half the battle.
Me cry?
Yeah, force yourself. Tell her your whole life is ruined, that your parents are kicking you out of the house.
Beaver, are you really trying to tell me that you aren't going to graduate with your class?
Well, yes, Mom. Well, I'm not gonna graduate with my class. So I figured when you told Dad...
Ward! Come in here right away, please.
Well, I guess the only thing for you to do is go in and see Mrs. Rayburn tomorrow and tell her what you found out. Maybe there's some explanation for all this.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't you goofing around. Maybe it's just because you're stupid.
Wally, do you know why your diploma wasn't there with the others?
Because I goofed off and I ditched the class.
No, Beaver. Because you and some of your classmates are going to be on the stage during the graduation exercises, and you're going to receive your diplomas after the others, and that's why we put those aside.
Leave it to Beaver.
Episode 35, Wally's Practical Joke.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
You know, Wally, that is a pretty funny joke at that. You know how Lump is always bragging about the fast pickup of that heap he drives?
Hey, yeah, what about it?
Well, your father's got that big tow chain in the garage. We'll take it over to Lump's, tie it around the rear axle, tie the other end to a tree.
But don't you recognize my voice? This is Julie Foster.
Julie? You're calling me?
Yes, Clarence. I'm having a little trouble, and I wondered if you could help me.
Look, Clarence, this chain has Ward Cleaver's name on it.
Wally and Eddie must have done this to me.
Now, wait a minute. This chain may belong to Wally. Why did you mention Eddie?
$1 million to have seen Lumpy's face.
What are you talking about? We just thought he wouldn't be able to drive off. I didn't want to wreck his car. Even Eddie didn't want to wreck his car.
What's the matter with Eddie? Is he going soft or something?
That's right, I guess it is.
Well, I found it this afternoon wrapped around my Clarence's rear axle.
Oh, your son borrowed it?
I don't think so. The axle was in the driveway. The rest of the car was out in the street.
Talking to Wally and Eddie Haskell. They say they'll be delighted to come over and repair Clarence's car Saturday. Isn't that right, Eddie?
Oh, yes, Mr. Cleaver. I was thinking of suggesting that myself. It's a splendid idea.
What's that? Did you do something to their cars?
Well, it was just a harmless little joke.
Well, if you started this, it's not fair for them to do all the work. I'd go up and put on your old clothes and help them.
Boy, I might be. Well, if you want to rest, you can lay down on my bed.
What do you mean? I can lie down on my own bed if I want to.
Leave it to Beaver.
Episode 36, All Night Party.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
It would be nice if everybody came back here to the house after graduation.
You mean give a party?
Well, nothing big, but it seems to be that we should have some kind of a celebration after graduation, don't you think?
Well, I guess we could.
I was talking to some of the guys, and the committee has it all set.
What's all set, Wally?
Well, after graduation, our whole class is going over to the country club for an all-night party.
All night?
All night?
Oh, boy!
Wally, the reason we took so long to decide was, we phoned some of the other parents who are going to be your chaperones, and we laid down a few ground rules. Now, first of all, there's to be no beer or liquor of any kind.
I'm sorry, Kathy, but I'm certainly not going to allow you to go to an all-night party with a boy you hardly know.
Your father's right, dear.
Oh, Daddy, you're ruining my whole life forever.
How come you can't go?
My dad says you're a new boy. What I mean is he hasn't met you yet, and he doesn't know you like I do.
Gee, maybe I should have introduced myself last Friday when I brought you home from school and he yelled at you to come in the house.
Wally, is it? I can just see him now. Tight pants, buckles on his shoes, a crazy haircut, and a surfboard hanging out of the back of his car. I tell you, Kathy, I don't like that boy already. Go ahead and smoke if you like.
Oh, well, thanks anyway, sir, but I don't smoke.
Against Coach's orders, huh?
Well, it's not that. It's just that I never much went for it.
Wally, about this graduation party Friday night. You're driving your own car.
Well, yes, sir.
Oh, Wally's a very good driver, Daddy.
And there'll be no beer or anything of that sort.
Oh, no, sir.
Oh, no, Daddy, not Wally.
Hey, come on, boys, let's dance.
Oh, no, you're kidding.
We have to dance until 6 a.m.
6 a.m., how come?
Because that's how long we hired the orchestra.
Well, whose stupid idea was that? Yours.
Let's dance.
Are you okay, Kathy?
Well, I'm not hurt or anything, but look at me. Look at my dress.
Well, I mean, he wasn't part of the graduate.
I might have known something like this would happen. I trusted you because you wore a shirt and a tie. Kathy, you go to bed right now.
Daddy doesn't know what's happening.
Kathy, get to bed. And you, young man, you get out.
But sir, he's grounded.
Grounded?
Yeah, her old man's so sore he won't let her go out for a month.
Oh, boy, that isn't fair. That wasn't her fault at all.
Stepping into the fountain. Do you expect me to believe that?
No, sir. Well, it's the truth, but I don't expect you to believe it.
Oh, why not?
Well, just because some teenagers get in trouble and mess around and lie. A lot of parents think that all teenagers act that way.
Weeks? That seems like an awfully long time for a boy his age.
Well, he went away to camp one summer and came back all in one piece.
Oh, I know, but this time he'd be thousands of miles away.
Who'll be thousands of miles away?
Oh, your father wants to send Beaver on a trip around the country this summer.
Well, there's just one more person I want to tell about the trip.
You've got a clean shirt on. Who is it, one of your teachers or something?
No, it's just a guy.
What guy?
I just happened to be walking along, and I didn't have anything better to do, so I...
Oh, you didn't have anything better to do. So you thought you'd drop by and see ugly old pigeon-toed, bow-legged Mary Margaret.
Gee, that isn't what I meant.
Well, that's wonderful for you. But what about me?
What do you mean, what about you?
Well, you'll be traveling all over the country, and I'll just be sitting here all by myself. He just was out for a walk, and he saw the light, and that's all there is to it. Come on, Gil, sit down. What lovely perfume you're wearing, Gilly. I'm going to have a little fun while you're traveling around the country anyway. Isn't that sweet of Gilly?
Oh, yeah, that's real sweet of Gilly.
Beaver doesn't want to go on the trip.
Oh, what's the matter? Doesn't Babykins want to be away from his mommy and daddy that long?
Cut it out, Eddie, or I'll allow the paste you on. Gilbert will be seeing her every day, and all I'll be seeing is my country.
Simple. Just talk to your father. Tell the warden to put you back in solitary because you're just not going.
You didn't just tell him you didn't want to go.
Because then I would have had to tell him why I didn't want to go. Can you imagine how they would have laughed? I told him I preferred Mary Margaret Matthews to the Washington Monument.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go isn't because he's going to miss you or you're going to miss him. It's because he's going to miss Mary Margaret Matthews.
A girl?
Well, that's why you went out of here the other night smelling like the Arabian Nights.
If I show up, I get to sit next to Gilbert Bates.
Gilbert Bates? Is he going on the trip?
Yeah, he just came from his house. His father signed him up this afternoon. Boy, it sure is going to be neat traveling all around the country with my best friend.
I mean, I had lunch with Gilbert's father this afternoon.
And you told him about Mary Margaret Matthews?
Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, he decided that Gilbert should see the wonders of America, too.
We're just gonna have oodles of fun this summer.
Yeah, I guess so. Boy, Beaver, listen to her. The same old line.
I just hope I don't get my hives back again. Last summer, I was scratching the whole month of August.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 38, The Clothing Drive.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
First
such good citizens, how come we're hollering at each other?
Listen, Chuck, they don't judge on your hollering. Mostly they judge on how much clothes and junk you bring to the school for the clothing drive.
Yeah, well, I figure a guy with a big family's got it easier than a guy with a small family.
Beaver, what did you have to throw this and that junk for?
Just felon, I guess.
Yeah, you know, nothing's safe around this house the way you're going.
Wally, I'm sure it was an honest mistake.
He even gave me 3 suits.
That's excellent, Mr. Cleaver. These suits are a wonderful donation. Your father should be commended.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know they were used up yet. But I guess my father wanted to help the needy people.
But I'm sure that you'll all agree with me that the award goes to Mr. Theodore Cleaver.
Congratulations, Pete.
Thanks.
I guess that hat wasn't as classy as I thought.
The only thing that's there is a note on the floor that says, clean and press. Maybe you took them with you.
No, of course I didn't. I put them on the banister so they wouldn't get mixed up with the clothes Beaver was to...
Beaver, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. Those weren't your father's old suits. They were your father's good suits for the cleaners.
Well, gee, Mom, it wasn't my fault. My father just wanted to talk to Mrs. Rayburn.
About what?
Well, he just wanted to tell her how happy he is about me not being in any trouble.
Brother, to make up something like that, you must really be in a mess.
You realize what those suits could mean to some needy person?
I can imagine.
A whole new start in life. A man with one of those suits on his back might feel a resurgence of self-respect.
I'd like those suits back.
May I ask why? Was there some sort of mistake?
Yes, there certainly was. And it was entirely my fault. And I said we could have a 24-hour chance to see if you could hang on to your points.
You mean I can get some more stuff together and maybe you can still win?
Hey, Beav, you can have that Hawaiian shirt of mine if it'll help.
Mr. Cleaver?
Well, I don't think I should keep the points, sir.
Why not?
Well, I had 2 chances at it, and the rest of the guys only had 1. So I guess that gave me more time to get more clothes and stuff together.
That's a very commendable attitude, Mr. Cleaver.
Leave It to Beaver.
Episode 39, the final episode, Family Scrapbook.
Starring Barbara Billingsley.
I got that for Beaver when he was first born. I was going to put it away until he could appreciate it.
Oh, Ward, look. Here's this bottle of 30-cent French perfume Wally gave me on my birthday when he was in the 2nd grade. Oh, hasn't improved with age.
Hey, what's this?
Oh, that's the old scrapbook. We used to put the boys' pictures in when they were growing up.
When I was a little kid, you guys started calling me Beaver.
Well, that started because Wally couldn't pronounce Theodore.
But why Beaver?
Well, Theodore came out as Tweedor, and we thought Beaver was a little better.
Gee, I'm sorry, Beav. I didn't know what I was saying.
Beaver brought home his first note from a teacher.
Oh, yeah. He was so petrified he was too scared to show it to you.
It's a note, all right. There's a lot of writing in there. Why didn't you give it to Mom? I'm scared of what's in it. But you don't know what's in it. That's why I'm scared.
In the old house. That real pretty woman moved in next door, and Beaver did a favor for her, and she gave him a big kiss. And Eddie Haskell started kidding him, saying, you shouldn't go around kissing married women.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever kissed any other married woman besides Mom?
Oh. Now, Beaver, why would you ask a question like that?
I'm just wondering.
Well, actually, son, no.
Wally,
Yeah?
I don't think there's a blade in it.
I thought there was one already in there.
Well, he'd been treated unfairly and he was looking for a way to get even.
He sure found it, too. I remember that night when Dad called him down for supper. Oh, boy.
Wally! Beaver! Supper! So you're leaving home, huh?
Yes, sir. And I'm not never coming back.
Well, don't you want to talk it over?
No, sir.
Did he really call?
Yes, he did.
Hey, Dad. He said he was gonna join the pirates. He come back with a wooden leg.
Ward Cleaver, if he does, I'll never speak to you again.
I can only see him for a minute because I have to go over and see my girl.
Well, he's up in his room.
When you have a girl, you can't spend all your time with the fellows. You have to spend some time with your girl.
Oh, you have a girl, Eddie?
Oh, yeah.
Larry and I sneaked into his sister's room. We were just messing around at first, but then we got in big trouble.
Hey, Larry, what's this? Yeah, my sister's always putting this junk under here so it shouldn't be crummy. My mother and father do not understand me. My little brother is horrible. He eats like a pig. That's pretty funny. That's not the funny part.
Well, Beaver, you certainly look nice this evening.
Thank you, Miss Landers. You look good, too. Well, I never saw your arms before.
You were running for president of your class.
Oh, yeah. Boy, did I get skunked.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid you're getting skunked was my fault. Remember, I tried to act as your campaign manager? I told you to go out and shake hands, introduce yourself, and turn on the old personality.
I'm not sore at you.
Well, I wouldn't blame you if you were, Wally. I'm afraid I made you look pretty silly with all my advice.
Yeah. I guess a lot of the kids did think I was kind of creepy. But heck, Dad, I'll live.
Well, anyway, son, I'm sorry. I really gave you a bum steer.
They enjoyed looking through the scrapbook?
Oh, I'm sure they did. Took them away from their homework for a few minutes.
Well, I enjoyed it. You know, Ward, looking through a scrapbook like that is just like watching the boys grow up before your eyes.
Yeah. Hey, babe, look at him go. Isn't it neat?
Yeah. Hey, Wally, let me wind up next time.
All right, let's talk about Leave It to Beaver Season 6. This was the final season out of 6. It was surrounding the 1962-1963 television season. And I must say, you know, I've been a big fan of Leave It to Beaver all my life. It's one of my all-time favorite shows, still to this day. I think the humor holds up. It's pretty good. I always was a little harsh on Seasons 5 and 6 because at that point, Beaver, Jerry Mathers, had grown up a little bit and he wasn't the silly little goofy kid who was getting into the goofy troubles anymore. I don't think the writers really knew what to do with him at that age. And they started focusing more on some Wally episodes and with his friends too. Beaver still was plenty of episodes dedicated to him, but he just, I don't think the writers just did him justice. Let's just say that. However, I must say, I really enjoyed Seasons 5 and 6 much more than I remember ever enjoying them. I just thought the writing was still very solid. It was good, and the humor was funny. It was good. Again, I think they concentrated more on Wally and his friends than they had in previous seasons anyway. And some of the lines they gave Beaver were just kind of cringy just because you wouldn't expect somebody his age saying some of the stuff that he did. But, you know, when a girl says something, he goes, that just didn't happen when he was in 8th grade or whatever. But anyway, Leave It to Beaver Season 6. What more can you say about it? If you're watching these videos, you love the show as much as I do. And I enjoyed watching the very last episode. I always thought it was kind of funny over the years seeing this episode when they were reminiscing and showing clips from previous episodes where they were showing a picture in the scrapbook of, you know, something that happened in Larry's sister's bedroom. There's no picture that exists with that, but whatever. It's a great episode, a great series, and just a fun show. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Leave It to Beaver may have been the last show, or I'm sorry, the first show that had a final episode that actually, you know, wrapped things up, I guess you could say. It was clear that this was the final episode, and I thought it was kind of sweet at the very, very end. The last thing they showed him playing with that wind-up toy, which we saw at the very beginning, which was supposed to be a baby's toy. So it'd come full circle. So anyway, great show, fantastic show. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments. Leave It to Beaver, Volume 6, or sorry, it's Season 6. I have the Blu-ray here, and you should definitely get the Blu-ray collection. I'll leave a link to that down below. Buy it. Click that link, buy it, because it's great. Watch it. Thanks. Leave some comments.